To the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average linear danger area crosser that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for being here, guys. First and foremost, before we get into anything as far as LDA, we are over 16,000 subscribers on the channel. If you would have told me a year ago when I made this channel that I would have had anywhere near 16,000 subscribers, I would have lost my freaking mind. So to the 16,000 of you that have for some reason chosen to listen to me, talk to you about how to cross the road and not die, thank you. Sincerely, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sharing and liking all the videos and all the stuff that you guys do on a day-to-day basis for this channel. Thank you, mega based. I have with me a White Monster. I will partake in a adult beverage later on tonight, hopefully once this video is posted. But I just want to say cheers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, let's talk about some ground rules. Before we get into the ground rules, leave a thumbs up emoji in the comment section. I'm going to tell you why. It's going to directly pertain to today's block of instruction on how to cross a road. Why did the chicken cross the road? Or all that, whatever. I'm going to tell you why. So go ahead and leave a thumbs up emoji in the comments because I'm going to tell you why that's a very, very important step in how to cross a road. You already know the deal. Patreon. It's $5 a month. Every time one of you guys subscribes on Patreon, I send you a link to the Discord server. The Discord server is where there's about 450 to 500 dudes, most of them grandfathered in, but from before the channel started to grow. They stay up late. They talk about how to cross a road. Why did the chicken cross the road? They stay up late and they talk about all their favorite AR builds and everything. If that interests you, consider becoming a member of the Patreon channel. Instagram. If you want to see me go to failure on, I just hit back and biceps. If you want to see me go to failure and see some behind the scenes stuff or want to know what video is coming out next, consider checking out the Instagram, and you can DM me if you have questions over there about the class of the day, okay? All right, linear danger area. Before we get into the linear danger area, I have to tell you what it is. So it's not just a road. A big misconception is that, oh, a linear danger area is just how to cross a road. No. Oftentimes, a linear danger area can be a small open danger area. Think of like a clearing. Think about power lines. You know how power lines sometimes break through the trees, and that is a linear danger area. So if anytime it is a cut in the wood line, or obviously a desert would be an example of a large open danger area, so that's not an LDA. But anything that is a line, like a road or a cut in the power lines and stuff like that, that is a linear danger area. Anywhere that the enemy can easily put a sniper team or a machine gun or stuff like that, okay? So that is a linear danger area. So if you're going on a patrol and there's an unforeseen small trail or unforeseen opening or clearing, that is a linear danger area. So make sure we define that right off the bat. Okay, guys, we're going to do this in typical format. I'm going to go through the steps and the ground rules before getting into it, and then I'm going to talk to you step by step using the step-by-step method of instruction of how to move your squad, column, fire team wedge across a linear danger area. Some key considerations that you're going to need. And before we get into it, guys, this is for Minecraft. This is not to be used, I don't know, with your LARPing buddies, with live ammunition, if a tyrannical Minecraft army were to take over, okay? You're not going to do it for that. You're going to use it for your Minecraft server. Everybody say it with me now, your Minecraft. You're not going to utilize, it's not legal advice. I'm not telling you to use these steps to survive in a gunfight. I'm not saying that. Oh, one last thing. For those that are new to the channel, my resume. Pretty simple. Over a decade of infantry, active duty infantry experience. I'm a senior non-commissioned officer in the United States Army. Spent over 6 years of that as a paratrooper, right? Obviously, I'm still a paratrooper, but in airborne units. I spent 3 years of that as a Bradley commander in Fort Riley, Kansas. Obviously, went all over the world with both of those units, or both of those assignments, I should say. 173rd, Big Red 1, Alaska, and now I am a drill sergeant, or a drill sergeant leader specifically, training future drill sergeants. So that is my resume. That is where my background of knowledge. I do evaluate people on this for work, okay? So I feel like it's important for you to validate and vet the people that you're receiving information from. So that is who I am, just a regular infantry dude trying to get this information out to you. Everything I covered today can be referenced in the Ranger Handbook and the platoon and squad regulations, okay? All right, let's get into it. So, first, cheers, okay? We're not gonna rush. We're not gonna rush to failure here. Recon. So before you begin your patrol, you should conduct a reconnaissance of your tentative route. This is Alpha Team. This is Bravo Team. Both Alpha Team and Bravo Team are in a wedge. If the Bravo Team is directly behind the Alpha Team, that makes this a squad column fire team wedge. Alpha Team leader and every member of his team, as you can see here, we have the automatic rifleman to his left, the grenadier to his rear right, and the rifleman to his rear right, forming a wedge. Every member of this team is in a fixed position. The Alpha Team leader's responsibilities are en route route selection and frontal security. That means Alpha Team leader cannot just get up and move from their position in the formation. The squad leader, as you can see here with his RTO, is located in the center of the formation. The reason the squad leader is in the center is because they can move wherever they want in the formation. The squad leader, or in this particular case, the patrol leader, is in an unfixed position. That means the squad leader can technically go out here, can technically go over here, can technically be behind Bravo Team leader, technically. However, the preferred position is in a centralized location where I have him right now, between his two team leaders. The distance between the Alpha Team leader and the Bravo Team leader, because they are the only people in fixed positions, is based on MET TC, mission, enemy, time, terrain, troops, and civilian considerations. All that means to you is, if it's a big field, spread out. If it's at night and a dense vegetation, close it in. All right, hit the like button, by the way, and make sure you're actually subscribed. Only 67% of you, or no, 38% are subscribed, 67% are not. It drives me crazy. It should drive you crazy too. I can't get over it. Okay, so Bravo Team leader, his responsibilities are for, overall accountability of the squad. He is the second most senior non-commissioned officer on the ground, the most junior being the Alpha Team leader. So the Bravo Team leader is responsible for things that like a platoon sergeant would be responsible for if this squad was maneuvering as a part of a platoon. So Bravo Team leader is second in charge. His responsibilities are rear security, and accountability. All right. Before they went on their actual patrol, they conducted a recon. If you don't have a drone asset, a drone, everyone knows what drones are now from what's going on in Europe. If you don't have a drone asset, then you need to do a map reconnaissance. A map reconnaissance is exactly what it sounds like. And most of you have a phone, so you can just pull out Google Maps, put it on the terrain, and go look, hypothetically in Minecraft, at the area that you're about to patrol through. When you're doing your recon, you're going to identify probably some roads. You want to travel in an area that the enemy is not going to want to travel in. So you want to avoid high avenues of approach and easily detectable terrain. That means if you're walking and you see a hill, you shouldn't skylight yourself on the hill. You should stay near the bottom of the hill. You shouldn't be brushing into trees. Whatever you brush it against is going to be if I brush into a really tall tree and the really tall tree starts moving, I am now as tall as that tree, and it's going to be easy for the enemy to detect me. So when you're doing your recon, you need to identify the roads or linear danger areas, even if it's a clearing, right? You need to identify those areas in advance. All right, definition. The definition of an LDA, we already covered it. It's any cut through an area where the enemy can emplace what two things preferably? You're right. A designated marksman or sniper team or a machine gun to easily cut you down if you attempt to cross that road. We're going to get there. All right, movement. Movement. In this particular case, we're going to be using traveling overwatch. What that simply means is they're going to be moving in this formation, the squad column fire team wedge, directly towards the road. The reason why we're going to move directly towards the road, because if we parallel the road and walk side to side, it's easier to be detected by the human eye. If I move this marker straight towards you, it's harder for you to detect it. The human eye can track lateral movement very easily. Ask anyone who's ever done this for realsies or anyone who's ever gone hunting. They're going to tell you that lateral movement is really easy to detect. So movement up to the road needs to preferably be at a 90 degree. Arm signals. All right, guys, let's take a quick break. Cheers. Make sure you're actually liked. Leave the thumbs up emoji. You're going to see why here in a second. Okay, so arm signals. Having done their recon, the alpha team leader is going to see the road. Now, key note, if you ever find yourself as the alpha team leader and your responsibilities are frontal security and en route route selection, and you end up standing on the road before calling the handed arm signal for linear danger area, which is this, everybody go ahead and do it right now. If this is my firing hand, okay, that's my firing hand, I'm not going to use my firing hand, because if I'm using my firing hand, guess what I can't do? I can't defend myself. Obviously, I'd have my rifle with me, but the handed arm signal for LDA is like this, across your body at a 45 degree. Okay, the handed arm signal for LDA by force, and we're going to get there, don't worry, is just LDA by force. I'll teach both methods, don't worry. For all you Ranger dudes in the comments, you're like, he's going to skip something. Relax. Okay, so if you ever find yourself as the alpha team leader and you don't call LDA prior to being like really close to the road, congratulations, you're a no-go. So implied task for the alpha team leader, you're always keeping, remember, what were his responsibilities? En route, route selection, and frontal security. That means before you bring your whole element too close to the road, you should see that road that you planned on crossing and call halt, LDA. Everyone's gonna halt. They're gonna pass the hand arm signal back. Halt, LDA, and then you're gonna conduct SEALs. SEALs stands for stop, look, listen, smell. What are some things you think you're stopping, or why do you think you would stop? You're going to stop because if every member of your platoon, or in this particular case, your squad, your rifle squad is still moving, then you're not going to be able to effectively look, listen, and smell, are you? Because all your little Joeys, or in this particular case, all your little civilian friends are just going to be bumbling through the woods. On that note, surround yourself with people that are like-minded. If you have a buddy that all they want to do is go watch YouTube reviews, or somebody that just buys a bunch of guns and talks about why this gun is good, or look at my AR build, look at my AK build, that dude is not a real freaking patriot. They're just a dude collecting guns. Surround yourself by people that are going to be physically fit and violent and actually do this stuff for real. Try to stay away from the freaking modern day fuzz that just like to go dress up. And yes, I'm dressed up for the LARP, but the guys that get up and dressed up and don't actually do this stuff. So the alpha team leader called halt, LDA, SEALs. We stopped. That means we all got on a knee. SEALs does not begin until every member of the patrol actually receives the handed arm signal for SEALs. Once they do, that's when stop initiated. Then we're gonna look, listen, and smell. Things we're looking for. Birds flying away, right? If they've been disturbed, we're looking for vehicles. We're looking for brass. We're looking for smoke. We're looking for cigarettes. We're looking for belts, non-disintegrating belts. So certain enemies of ours in Minecraft use a PKM machine gun. The PKM machine gun does not disintegrate. The belt does not disintegrate like the M249 SAW or the M240 Lima or the M240 Bravo. If you've ever seen an American machine gun, as it's firing, the links are disintegrating. What that means is they're coming apart. The Minecraft enemies, this is not legal advice, the Minecraft enemies, should you come across them, their PKM belts do not disintegrate. So it's very easy to see in the SEALs to see that, oh, there's a bunch of freaking PKM belts here. We need to be awake, okay? Because if the enemy has had to disengage and retrograde to the other side of the road, you might see a bunch of PKM belts. Okay, I'll tell you a story about that from the Republic of Georgia. Okay, stop, look, listen. We're listening for enemy movement. We're listening for vehicles. We're listening for just generators, anything. Civilian movement, okay, that's what the things we're listening for. Artillery is another good indication, or mortars. If mortars are being actively fired, you want to be able to hear that going on as well. And we're smelling. I'll tell this quick anecdote about smelling. You'll be able to smell the enemy, and you'll also be able to smell people that come to the field that are still fresh. So if you're wearing cologne, you're probably an idiot. Stop doing that. So you're smelling. You're smelling for the enemy. You're smelling for diesel. You're smelling for gunpowder. You're smelling for the distinct smell, because the enemy in Minecraft will probably smell different than you because they're going to have a different diet than you. All right, cheers, guys. We'll make sure we're still recording. We are good. Okay, so that is SEALs. So far, we've identified the road, we've halted, we've conducted SEALs. Now we're going to do a recon of the road. The people that are going to do a recon of the road typically is going to be the squad leader and the Bravo team leader, okay? The squad leader and the Bravo team leader. This is assuming that SEALs was successful, okay? So SEALs complete, That means we're going to continue, okay, with our crossing. So SEAL's complete. Now we're going to do a leader's recon. Squad leader is going to move back. First of all, squad leader is going to move up to alpha team leader. Hey, what do you got going on? Alpha team leader is going to say, we got a freaking LDA, boss. That's why I just called LDA. So the squad leader is going to move back to Bravo team leader. Both the squad leader, Bravo team leader, and in this particular case, the RTO, they're going to give a GOTWA, okay, a GOTWA to alpha team leader, where we're going. Others going with us, time, what to do, actions on contact. The squad leader is simply going to move up and evaluate where the best place to cross the road would be. Now, this is called pinpointing the crossing point. So you want to pinpoint the area that you're going to cross. All right, bear with me. If you get confused, DM me on Instagram. Squad leader moves up. Let's say we pinpoint the best crossing point here. Now, what squad leader and Bravo team leader need to do, if we pinpointed where we're going to cross, we're now going to find a spot where we can place 2 members of his team and the other 2 members of his team. Now, one key part that will get you a no-go and get you killed, in this case in the streets or literally on the street, is if you in place, because Bravo team is the ones that are going to get in place up here, if you in place them physically on the road, like the thumbnail of this video shows the guy in the road, if you're in the road, then you're wrong. Okay? Now, if you're too far in the woods over here, are you going to be able to effectively pull security on the road? No. I've had a lot of people, when they're being evaluated for LDA, when the Bravo team leader emplaces them on security on the near side, okay, they emplace them in a position where they're either on, like way too close to the road or way too far, and I go up behind this rifleman after he gets in place for security, and I say, what can you see? And they always say the same thing, I can't see anything, right? So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. So squad leader and Bravo team leader came up to the road, right? They pinpointed the crossing lane, and then they pinpointed where they want the security to be for Bravo team. Bravo team leader will then move back to his team. He'll pick his team up and he'll emplace them 2 at a time. So one will stay back here. He'll emplace 2. He'll come back, pick up the automatic rifleman. And so it'll be Bravo team leader, automatic rifleman, rifleman, grenadier. Pulling security down this long avenue of approach. Remember, okay? Remember, if for some reason they moved up out of view of the alpha team leader, they need to a near and far recognition so they don't get smoked coming back. All right. Now, all that's going to happen is the Bravo team leader, the alpha team leader, and the squad leader are going to establish a near side rally point. Okay, so do it with me. Non-firing in, rally, point. They're going to do that. They're going to establish a near side rally point. So we'll say in this particular case, our near side rally point is right here. Okay? That is going to be utilized if we take contact. That's where we're going to fall back to. To contact is simply the enemy Minecraft people smoking us. Okay, so this is our near side rally point. Obviously, once we get across the road, alpha team leader, who's going to cross first, will establish a far side rally point. We'll get there. Once security is set, then alpha team leader and his entire team are going to beat feet through the choke point. Okay, squad leader, don't disappear on me. Squad leader can be wherever they want because are they a fixed or unfixed position? Correct, they're in an unfixed position. Okay, alpha team leader is going to beat feet across. Once he gets across, he's going to establish a halt. And guess what he's going to do after the halt? He's going to halt, he's going to conduct SEALs. What is he going to be looking for on the other side? Stop looking, listening, and spelling. But in this particular case, there's a bunch of C wire here. Concertina wire. So do we want to cross the entire element and get killed in the streets over here? No. So this would be known as a bad cross. So he would do SEALs. He sees the C wire. He's going to SEALs complete with his team. He's going to look at his squad leader, who's back on the other side of the road, and he's going to do thumbs down. Thumbs down means what? Bad cross. That means we're coming back, okay? So thumbs down to the squad leader, whose squad leader is probably like right here with his RTO, okay? Squad leader simply, alpha team leader is just simply going to say, negative boss, bad cross, and he would come back. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's assume that it was a good cross. They get across, alpha team files across the road, they get in security over here. Alpha team leader's implied task is not to just stop right here, because then where's Bravo team going to go? You see what I'm saying? So his Alpha team leader implied task is to move up enough to allow the remainder of the element to cross if it's a good cross. Remember, put your emoji down in the comment section below, thumbs up, because thumbs up means what? Good cross. So he goes across, Alpha team leader calls halt, Alpha team leader calls seals. Seals complete. If he doesn't see anything or hear anything on the far side or smell anything, he's going to look back at his squad leader. Good cross. Thumbs up. That is going to mean squad leader himself is going to cross. Squad leader. RTO. If you're the RTO, your implied task is to update the commander or the platoon leader on your constant frontline trace. The reason the RTO is constantly reporting, hey, we're about to cross an LDA. Hey, we just crossed the LDA. Hey, the whole squad is across the LDA. The reason the RTO is doing that, because what if, in Minecraft, you cross the LDA and get smoked and your command doesn't know what's happening? Does that make sense? Okay? So the RTO, if you're the RTO, your job is to send up constant reports. We've encountered an LDA. We're crossing the LDA. It's a good cross. We are continuing mission if you get everyone across. All right. So Alpha team is set on far side security. Squad leader has crossed. Now Bravo team leader is going to tell his rifleman and his grenadier to get across the road. But Trench, won't that open up an issue for left side? Yes, you can also do 1 and 1 from each side, but the way I've done it most of the time is we just send those two across, and then the last person across the road is going to be the Bravo team leader, because what is the Bravo team leader's responsibility in a patrol? You're right, rear security and accountability. So Bravo team leader gets across, Bravo team leader right here, this is Bravo team, this is Alpha team. Once the entire squad is across the road, guess what we're going to do? We're going to do, you guessed it guys, seals. Stop, look, listen, smell. Seals complete. RTO is going to radio up. 1-6, this is, we'll say, this is 2 Romeo, okay? Charlie Mike, all packs across the road. We're continuing mission, okay? All right. What did I forget? Freaking nothing, because I'm awesome. I'm just kidding. If I forgot something, let me know, but I don't think I forgot anything. Oh, far side rally point. Obviously, whenever the Alpha team leader gets over here, they're going to establish a far side rally point. You're going to utilize a far side rally point if Bravo team were to get in contact, but most of the squad was already across the road. Then Bravo team would cross in a hurry, and they would all go to the far side rally point. That is crucial, because if you don't do your far side rally point and your near side rally point, guess what? You're a no-go, okay? And you don't want to be a no-go, and you don't want to get killed in Minecraft. Okay, that, guys, is how you cross an LDA. Now, there is a scroll the road doctrine, or calling bumping the road, or LDA by force. I'm not going to cover it right now. If you want to see an LDA by force video, let me know. Guys, thank you for being here. Consider checking out the Patreon. Don't forget to leave your freaking emoji, okay? Actually subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content. And thank you for supporting me with 16,000 freaking subscribers. Till next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, signing out, your average linear danger area crossing enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Cheers.